Most Willink School pupils live in the vicinity of the school, but many still travel from their homes by school coaches. In this video, we are going to join with a first-year pupil as she carries out the many and varied activities of her school day.
Indigo.
Yes, sir.
Lindsay.
Yes, sir.
Scott.
Sir.
Gary.
Pupils meet in tutor groups at the beginning of morning and afternoon school. This time is devoted to checking the register, to distributing communications between school, the PTA and home, as well as carrying out general form business.
Right, remember to fold them carefully.
Very often, it's the other way around. I see you, or like you, where I work, which is Reading Police Station. Now you've got a chance, when I come in, I want your ground.
I'm an operational police officer. I spend my time school hours.
The Jamboree takes place during the first period every Wednesday morning. It gives an opportunity for the whole year group to meet, carry out various activities, such as arranging their own assembly, acting out their own playlets, and listening to outside speakers. Today they have a member of Reading Police Force as their guest. He is talking to them about petty thieving. Each pupil has the opportunity to have their own locker in which to keep their books, equipment, and personal belongings. After the Jamboree, we move to the music room, where the class is playing together in the first instance. After this, there will be individual discussion between pupil and teacher, whilst the rest practice on their instruments.
Have you ever played in any concerts in London?
Well, I have in Windsor.
You played in Windsor? With what group was that?
That's the scholarship, string scholarship scheme.
Yes. When did you win your string scholarship?
That's in September.
This year?
Yes.
I see. What did you have to do for it?
Well, you have to be good at violin, really. You have an hour's theory and an hour's violin.
Yes.
Tuition. My teacher comes all the way from London.
Yes.
And you have to be a Visto as well.
And Visto is what?
Yeah. Visto, it's an orchestra where every month you practice 5 hours on Saturday and 6 hours on Sunday.
I see. So it's really quite an undertaking to do all the time.
We just had a concert on last Saturday.
Did you? Where was that?
Sharple.
I see.
No.
Have you ever played the cello before?
No.
Never?
Well,
What do you think of it?
it's okay.
It's okay.
Great.
On occasions during the week, it may become necessary for the first-year pupil to request an interview with the year head, Mr. MacDonald.
Sketches, plays. Right. When can you make your minds up?
Probably by next week. Beginning of next week.
Next week. Tuesday?
Yeah.
Right. So if you see me, I put my diary, next Tuesday, that's you and Lindsay, her,
working now, are they?
Yeah, well, Emma is Susanna, isn't it?
Yes, yes. And you're Harriet.
Yeah.
So I'll see you at what, 1:45 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday. And put that in your day diary, eh? So that you know, and you tell Lindsay.
Yeah.
Right. And so you've got 2 or 3 sketches to choose from.
Yeah.
Yes, now, everything's taken care of.
Pupils are encouraged to visit the school office during break times to obtain information and get first aid treatment. It's break time now. This is the first year in the school tech shop with his random senior pupils. The assistant who comes out from the village. There's the dog.
His fingers into them, whipping them up at each other, all shouting excitedly. And this kid says to me, I bet you daren't put one on. And I says, I bet you daren't. So we said we'd put one on each. We wouldn't though. We kept threatening to, then running away. So we tossed up and him who had lost had to do it first. And I lost. Oh, you had to take your socks off and all. So I took my socks off and I kept looking at this welly, full of taddies. And this kid kept saying, go on then, you're frightened, you're frightened. I wasn't all. Anyway, I shut my eyes and started to put my foot in it. Oh, it was just like putting your foot into live jelly. They were frozen. And when my foot went down, they all came over the top of my Wellington. And when I got my foot to the bottom, all I could feel them all squashing about between my toes. Anyway, I'd done it. And I said to this kid, you put yours on now. But he wasn't. He was dead scared. So I put it on instead. I got used to it then. It was all right after a bit. He said, yeah, right. They come out absolutely dreadful. So that's the first thing to remember. You can vary the length of the lines, and that gives it more impact. Because if you put just one word on a line, your eyes focus on that, or when you're saying it out aloud, you make a big sort of emphasis on that word, and that makes it more important, and it sticks in your mind. Now, there's a little example of a beach one. Now, I didn't write this. I want you to look at it. I've written it out rather than just reading it to you, because you can see how the lines vary, and the impact change comes in which line. Before you've even 9 lines long, 2, 4, it's 8 lines long. Only 8 lines long. If you added up the number of words, not many there. If you had to write an essay on that, it would be a side, wouldn't it, at least, by how we described how the beach looked and how the waves came on the shore and how golden brown the sand was, etc. But it just... Think about the tadpole story from a Kestrel for a Knave. Right?
After this English lesson, the girls are going for games, and here we see them arriving in the new changing rooms.
Stop talking. Go to the register. Catherine, Vicky, Nicola, Michelle, Lucy, Angela, Dawn, Louise.
Whilst the boys are carrying out their warm-up routine, which precedes every physical education lesson, the girls are about to begin a netball match. The bibs the girls are wearing are just one of the many items of equipment that have been provided for the school by the Parent Teachers Association. In addition to netball, girls also have hockey, tennis, cross-country and athletics, and those who achieve a high standard could possibly play for the county of Berkshire. Section of the school called the Link Room, and before us there's a group, a first year group, under the control of Mr. Munger. Mr. Munger, how often does this group come into this particular room?
I see them 3 times a week for a single period each time.
And what would you say is the aim of for them to coming into this particular room for 3 times a week?
Well, we call it Link, and it's all skills work. Not just English skills, but we think about things like how to use the library, what's the proper library system. At the moment we're thinking about how to set out various types of work. We looked at handwriting and presentation. This morning we've been looking at maths rules and how we should set out maths work. On another occasion we might be doing something like discussing other people's work and the way they have done it. Or we might be seeing whether we're fully equipped for a lesson. We've had sessions where we've assessed ourselves on the equipment that we've got and whether it's up to a good standard. The idea really behind these lessons is that they are skills which the children need in every other lesson that they go to, so that they know how to set out their work properly, how to go about homework to get the best sort of marks, and we believe it's very important. The children that don't do Link actually do study skills, which is a very similar thing. All the new first years get one or the other of these subjects. Those doing Link get a little bit longer to do it in yours.
And then the same on the 100. Then they say it's the hundreds. The 100. 100, 1 minute.
Yeah, I think it's 1 hour and 1 minute, isn't it? But it's not clear that they've done.
Put a straight line through it.
Put a straight line through, okay. So let's put crossings out. Right, Tommy, let's go into your group then. Let's see what you've got.
You've got everything.
We've got everything that you said, have we?
Yeah.
You got anything more there, Tommy?
Spell minutes.
Yes, spellings again. Let's come back to Nicola's group. You got any more?
Yeah, the numbering. 2, cross out. Next got 3.
Yeah.
Another cross out 5. Then cross out 6. Then cross out 7. And then it's number 8.
Right, they got a muddle with their numbering. Right, okay. Why don't you understand what it means in some places? What was it we said about that?
So he's got in a muddle.
Hmm?
He's got in a muddle.
Yes.
At the top it just says numbers. It didn't say what it is or anything.
Right, yes, that at the top, A, B and C, 10, 12 and 1. They haven't said 1 what, have they? 1 Smartie or whatever. So, no details. Yes, Mark?
Don't say what we're meant to be doing.
Right, okay. Set out well. In what way is it not set out well?
One thing, as we said, the writing's not very clear, and they're just scribbled with the writing.
Tommy, just one at a time. Sorry, just listen to what Jessica said again.
Well, it's just as we said, the writing's not very clear, and they're scribbling again.
Yes, okay. Right, is there anything more we should say on sheet A? Yes, Lisa.
What about the date?
No date. What else is
And
not?
no title.
Ah,
And no capital letters.
right, missing.
I can't see very clearly.
Right, so again, the spelling and the writing is not very good. Squashed up, yes.
The opportunity is taken at lunchtime to run a wide range of activities, including various clubs, and many pupils use this time to complete their day books in the school library. Other pupils are engaged in their clubs in the art and pottery departments of the school.
You move your forehead right. She's laughing at it. She's laughing at me. She says, oh,
This is the
she
pottery
let it
club
out
in
on them in the
action
end.
during the lunchtime.
She what? He let it out on them. My sister and...
Harriet has left the library to obtain a ticket for the Young Enterprise Disco, which are being sold by sixth formers.
I don't know, it's just a company, and we've done a disco, we've done magazines, we've made badges and bookmarks, and we've made these lovely little tiles with pictures on which we hope to sell at the disco.
Do you do anything else in the city?
We're both going on the 1987 Lapland expedition.
What will you do there?
We're going to walk 250 kilometres and canoe 200. The walking should take 2 weeks and the canoeing a week. It's 3 schools combined to go, which is the Willink, of course, Enbrook and Walgrave Pigott.
What are you going to do when you leave the sixth school?
I'm going to go on to a therapy school. And I'm going to go to university and hopefully do a journalist course.
Are you studying for that now?
No, A levels. I'm doing history, and English.
Do you do anything else with A levels?
Oh yes, A levels. We do CPVE, Certificate of Vocational Education, which is it. So there's a commerce course that people do for a year.
A 1-year course or 2, how far they want to go. We do shorthand and general office studies.
Okay.
This is Harriet studying on the credit notice board, hoping that she is doing well enough to emulate her friends who obtained prizes at the recent speech day. Most of the prizes are for achievement in the previous year, but there are encouragement prizes for first-year pupils who have already done well during the autumn term.
Sarah Reddington. And Annika Wright.
slightly larger required. Trim this down to size first of all. And the idea for that is that we will turn it upside down, make sure that that's placed neatly, tightly in place. And with your pencil, draw a line across. Having done that, measure the distance. So pass me over a ruler, please. Now these are 15 millimetres across, aren't they? I think that's what the size that we selected. So come across 15 millimetres and draw a line parallel. So the hole has to be slightly larger than that, doesn't it? Just slightly larger. Now, we all work with the drilling machine and we can wear glasses all the time. So we've got protective glasses and we wear those all the time. How many people should be near this machine at any one time? What's the maximum number? 2 people, right. So you can work on your own if you want to, or you can have just one person here. We've got the position marked on, the drill is set up, safety glasses on. First of all, line the work up like so, and then switch the machine on and drill through. In the rack over there, see the red handle ones? Can you queue up by the band so that bench there? Work in pairs, queue up. No, you don't yourself put it on, look away. Oh, it's doing alright there. Put it on. Back and forth, like that. A little pressure until it ends up smooth. Okay? Turn it round. And just work on that face to start with. Then you have a go at the face which has 2 bits on. Put that on. Back and forth. Okay? Back and forth until we've ended up.
We are now in the CDT department, where a first-year mixed ability group is being taught a practical subject by Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, this group of subjects is known as CDT. What do these initials mean?
CDT stands for Craft Design Technology.
And what is this group working on at the moment?
This group's working on a woodwork project.
What other subjects are involved?
A first-year pupil will cover 4 modules: woodwork, metalwork, plastics and technology.
However, I understand they also take part in another creative group of subjects. What are these?
This is correct. A first-year pupil would experience home economics, needlecraft, art and pottery.
How long does a group have on each module?
It will vary between 6 or 12 weeks.
And what is the length of time of each lesson?
Lessons are normally 1 hour.
Do pupils follow a similar course in years 2 and 3?
Year 2 is exactly the same, but in Year 3, pupils streamline their creative options to 3 subjects, selecting those they may wish to adopt at examination level.
What external examinations are taken by the pupils who decide to continue with their creative studies into the 5th year?
Well, a full range of GCSE courses in creative subjects are available for all pupils.
I'm very interested to see girls taking creative subjects such as this. How do girls take to what have been traditionally known as boys' subjects?
Well, you only have to look around you to see how much they're enjoying themselves in the workshop situation.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Lewis. We are now in the school library, and I have alongside me Mrs. Hurst, one of the 2 school librarians. Mrs. Hurst, there is a first-year group in the library at the moment. Do phones have a regularly designated library period?
No, pupils don't have a regularly designated library period, but various teachers do bring their classes into the library during the week to do work on different projects.
Oh, thank you. When does a pupil have the opportunity to visit the library to either look up some reference or to borrow a book?
The library is open throughout the school day, and teachers send children down to the library to look up, during lesson times, to look up things in books, or to actually borrow a book which they will take away for a lesson and then return it to the library after they finish with it.
I have heard that great use is made of the library at lunchtimes, Mrs. Hurst. Is this correct?
Yes, the library gets very crowded at lunch times. Children come in to do their homework, make up their day books, to look up things in encyclopedias and reference books. And they also use the library for leisure reading. We take a wide variety of magazines and newspapers, and the children can also look at books about their hobbies.
How many books can a pupil borrow at one time, and for what length of time?
The children can borrow up to 3 books at one time, and they may take them out for up to 3 weeks.
I notice there is a very wide range of books, both fiction and non-fiction. Do you get much demand last time? What was it called?
Rip Van Winkle.
Rip Van Winkle. And what part did you play?
I played a village lady.
And were there many village ladies?
Yes, quite a few.
Were there? About what? About 10?
A bit more than that.
Were there? Did you have anything to say?
No, but I sang a few songs with the rest of the village ladies.
Did you? Did you enjoy being in it?
Yes.
Are you going to be in a school play again?
Yes.
Good. Did your mother and father come to see it?
Yes.
And your sisters? I suppose they enjoyed it too. I believe the school had house plays at the end of, just before half term. Were you in one of those?
Yes, I was in Grace's play.
Were you? And what was Grace's play called?
The Chair.
The Chair. Really? Did you enjoy being in, the house play or the school play?
I like both of them, but in the house play I had a few words to say, so that's good.
And would you prefer to say something?
Yes.
Well, you'll get that opportunity later on. Right, well, we've got a very brief...
myself with me, Max, I'm shiftless, lazy,
I'm in the dark or drifting wet. They forbid me to have anything else to do with you, and that would be the end of all our fun. No fishing, no kite flying.
The school is equipped with a network of BBC B computers. Pupils in the first year have the opportunity to work with these computers at least once a fortnight. Several of these computers have been provided by the Parent Teachers Association. They, like us, are anticipating the time when the school can link up with a network system nationally. The Commerce Department has also received a computer from the PTA for word processing use. This is a vital piece of equipment for students who are taking a one-year commerce course in the 6th year.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Comment ça va?
Très bien, merci.
Ah, une année, très bien, c'est cela. Est-ce que tu peux me parler de ta maison? Comment est-elle, ta maison?
J'ai une grande maison. Il y a 8 pièces
Oui.
pour les chaussées.
Oui, oui, c'est ça. Comment s'appelle-t-il ton chien?
Un sportsman.
Très bien. Oh, c'est une chienne, donc, c'est ça. À quelle heure est-ce que tu te lèves le matin?
Elle a 7 heures.
À 7 heures, c'est ça, très bien. Et tu te couches à quelle heure?
6.
And what's the next one you're going to do? What is that about?
Shops, food and directions.
And the first one you did?
That's about near where I live.
And you do have a monitor classroom sheet up in the classroom, do you? What do you have to do for that? Things like numbers and times and weather and that sort of thing. Do you know what POT stands for? Periodic oral testing, yes. And do you know what you get at the end of the year when you've finished all the tests?
No.
You get a wonderful big certificate which says Harriet Maw has passed all the periodic oral tests for level 1 in French. And right at the end of it, there is also a listening tape, and you will have to listen to French speakers and take some pictures. Are you enjoying the grade test?
Yeah.
Is the whole class doing it?
Yes.
Anybody else in the first year doing it, do you know?
No, I don't know.
Yes, I think they're all doing it. Well, thank you very much, Harriet.
From dropping down. I've been down. What's available? What goes up and what goes down? When it goes down, they're both the same. Harriet. No, don't. Try holding that. Try holding that. I'll put it out of water.
We are now in one of the science laboratories of the school, watching our first year group conducting an experiment. Mrs. Ewan, how many times a week does this particular group have science?
They have 2 double lessons a week, which amounts to 2 hours altogether.
So they have 2 hours a week of science, and that's for the first year. What will happen as far as science is concerned during the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th year?
Well, in line with national recommendations, we will now be doing a balanced science course up to 16 plus, which means that separate science subjects will only be studied in the 6th form. So they actually carry on with all similar work to this, right to the end of 16 plus, to the end of the 5th year.
So what you are saying then is that the splitting of science into the various subjects such as biology, physics and chemistry, that's gone by the board now.
Well, it has, because it then enables a wider general curriculum, because they will now only have 2 slots for science as opposed to 3 if they wish to study all aspects of science, which is what we are trying to do as from now.
Well, that's very, very interesting indeed. During this experiment, whilst I've been filming, I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of water flowing around. What is the actual purpose of this particular experiment?
Well, we're studying the topic water, which means that they will study all aspects of water, chemical, physical and biological. And at the moment they're concentrating mainly on the physical properties, particularly pressure, the increase of pressure with depth, hence all the water jets and so on.
Well, they certainly seem to be very interested in the experiment they are conducting. It has been a long, hard day for our first year. She is now at home doing her homework. All first-year pupils at the Willink School are expected to carry out assignments in 2 subjects each weekday evening.
So we leave Harriet doing her homework. Once again, she's had a busy day, and like most girls of Harriet's age, she's taking one day at a time. At school, we need to look far more ahead than what lessons Harriet's going to have tomorrow. We're making certain that her courses that she will start in future years are appropriate for those times. After all, she'll be starting German in the 2nd year. When she reaches the 4th year, she'll be undertaking a careers education program. And then there's the new exam courses, the new GCSE that Harriet will take when she's 16. And there are quite a lot of changes happening at 6th form level. Perhaps the changes that are going to affect Harriet the most, she's already beginning to experience, as you will have seen. Those are the changes in the curriculum associated with the new technology. You've got a girl here living in a technological age, and it's right and proper that she learns about it and with the help of it. Harriet's view of the future probably focuses on something like where will she be going for away day, what she'll be doing at the fun festival, will she be going on any school trips. There's a trip to Butlins, there are the visits abroad, skiing in February, and sightseeing on the continent in the summer. Harriet's parents might have a rather different view of her future at Willink. They've worked out, I'm quite sure, that she's going to be with us until 1994. And there's going to be a lot needed if all of her educational wants are going to be catered for. We give to all parents, as a youngster comes to the school, a copy of our school prospectus. This prospectus explains all about the school day, the sort of things which Harriet has shown in this film. But on the very first page, we explain to parents what we're hoping to achieve over the time that that boy or that girl is at the school. Our list of objectives are very realistic, and the experiences and the achievements will lead through to that youngster being ready to work, and to enjoy their leisure time in the 21st century. Harriet is going to spend most of her life in the 21st century, and she may not be thinking about it right now while she finishes her homework, but the rest of us are planning for her. We think she's enjoyed her day, and we hope that you've enjoyed watching her in one of a very typical days for a first year at Willink.